Hey guys, it's Vicky, and today I am here to share with you a book tag, and this is the I Love Spring book tag. Spring is just a few days away, and I am so excited because I am just over winter. Winter, though, I enjoy it in its beginnings, like probably up until Christmas. From like January to March, it just leaves me feeling very blah and down, and so spring, it's like that's when things kind of start to, awaken, and it just makes you feel good. So I thought this would be a fun tag to do. No one tagged me to do this, but I did see Megan and Sue over at Spinebreakers do this tag, and I thought it would be fun to do as well. It was originally created by, hold on, I have to look it up. It was originally created by Amanda, Elise, Carina, and Helene Jeppesen, so I will link their channels down below. And there are 8 questions, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so question number 1 is, how is spring where you live? I live in Michigan, so spring is, to sum it up in one word, unpredictable. We'll have days where it's, blue skies, sunny, and then the next day it's snowing, and then the next day it's like 50 degrees and raining, and then it's windy, and then the next day, it's like 20 degrees. It's just like, it's all over the place. You never know what you're going to get. But then you do get those days here and there where it's really nice, like it's getting into like the 50s and 60s. It's nice and sunny. So yeah, it's kind of crazy, but I'll take it. I'll take it over like just day after day of cold and snow. I'll take spring any day. Question 2, your most anticipated book release this spring. I had to do a little bit of looking because I didn't have really any books on my radar that are technically released in the spring that I'm like excited for, like super excited for, but I did look up some that have me kind of, where my interest is kind of peaked, where I definitely will check them out most likely. The first one is called Machines Like Me by Ian McEwan. He is the author of Atonement, which I read quite a few years ago, but I really enjoyed his writing and I enjoyed that story. And this one sounds really interesting. It's about it's like a dystopian story where humans are created like machines, and their personalities are also like manufactured. It just sounds interesting, and I'm kind of interested to see what he's going to do with that kind of story. I haven't read any other Ian McEwan other than Atonement, and that one was like a kind of like a historical fiction almost kind of story, so I'm really interested to see the direction he's going to go with this one. And then the other spring release that I'm looking forward to is Orange World and Other Stories by Karen Russell. I read her short story collection, Vampires in the Lemon Grove, a couple years ago, and her writing is her ideas are so unique and strange, and I think I rated that collection like 3 or 4 stars, because like any short story collection, it has really good ones and then ones that are like not good, so it averaged out I think to be a 3 or a 4, but it definitely got me interested in her writing, and I have kind of thought, I would definitely check out more of her stuff. So this one, from what I've read, it's kind of the same deal, just these kind of wacky, out there kind of short stories. Like there's one story in this collection about a woman who agrees to breastfeed the devil in exchange for her son, or I don't know if it's her son, her child's protection, and you're like, what? It's just like weird kind of stuff like that. So yeah, I will probably check that one out. Maybe not right when it comes out, but I'll definitely get to it eventually. Question number 3 is, show us a book cover that makes you think of spring. This was a fairly easy one for me because, well, let me just show you the cover, because here's why. This is The Secret Keeper by Kate Morton. Most of Kate Morton's books, the covers give me spring vibes. This one obviously because of all the lush green and the cute little cottage, and just everything about it, the colors, these little swirly doos up here. It just says spring to me. Question 4, where are you going to read this spring? Likely I will stay in my house and read, because here in Michigan, though the weather does start to turn it's still kind of cold and often rainy. So it's not quite nice enough. You might get a couple days here and there where it's nice to sit outside in the sun, as long as you're in the sun. But otherwise, the weather isn't quite there yet to sit outside or anything. But once the weather does turn, I will be sitting on my back deck to read. I'm really looking forward to that. Question 5, find a cover with the sun on it. This was fairly easy too because it like immediately popped into my mind. The book is Lost in the Sun by Lisa Graff. And so yeah, the whole cover is a big old sun. I haven't actually read this yet, but it's a middle grade book that I was kind of hoping to get to this middle grade March, but I'm probably going to save it for next year. And question number 6, what are your favorite spring reads? The first one that comes to mind, I don't actually own a physical copy, I have it on my Kindle, is The Secret Garden by Frances Hodgson Burnett, because it's all about this hidden garden that these children find that they bring back to life because it has been unkept for quite a long time, so they slowly make it back to the, turn it back into the beautiful place it once was. It's a classic children's story. I remember enjoying it quite a bit, so and it just screams spring to me. Another one that I have, but I forgot to grab it before I sat down to film, but that is Anne of Green Gables by Ella Montgomery. That one because I think the story is so much about new beginnings, especially for Anne and for the Cuthberts, how they are starting this kind of new life together, and that's what spring is all about. Question 7 is to find a book with many different colors on it, and this was kind of difficult for me. I don't know if my books are just not colorful, but this was the most one I could find that had the most diverse color palette, and it's called Fish in a Tree by Linda Mullally Hunt. This is another middle grade book that I have not read, but as you can see, the title is kind of like a rainbow. So yeah, I thought that was colorful and spring-like. And then question 8 is whom do you tag? And this is kind of an older tag, so I don't want to tag anyone specifically in case you've already done it. So if you're watching this and you want to do this tag, consider yourself tagged. It's a fun one. So yeah, those are my answers to the I Love Spring book tag. Please let me know down below what some of your answers would be for this if you were to do it, because I would love to hear what everybody says, especially books that remind you of spring, because other than the 2 I came up with, I really was struggling to come up with books that remind me of spring. It's one of those seasons that, though I enjoy, I couldn't really think of any compared to like the other 3 seasons. So yes, I would love to hear what you guys think about that. That is all I have. I hope you guys have a great week, and I will talk to you very soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.